What up, y'all? It's your boy, One Sir Grove. OSGOE. This is the 155th episode of Casting 495 Celebrities Worldwide, C4CW. And I have been working with 495 to put the finishing touches on recording our brand new video here in the Empire State of New York. Thanks for tuning in. If you appreciate this show, we appreciate you. Hope that you're having a good day wherever you are in the world, whether it's daytime, midday, noon, night, dusk, dawn, mid-evening, or somewhere fucking in between. Yo, man, so first of all, I want to report on the traffic. It's the weekend. You got a lot of stupid motherfucking drivers driving around. Big thing on the East Coast now. One of the trends trending out here is, these asshole motherfuckers, and what they do is if you're in traffic and stupid pieces of garbages around you are breaking the law, going too slow, going too fast, and you have to navigate around that. You end up in the wrong lane. Then you're trying to get out of that lane. Once you realize that you're in the wrong lane, you got people honking at you as if they haven't ended up in the wrong lane themselves. So that's a big thing. Just a bunch of discourteous pieces of shit who they should expect to get treated the same exact way when they honk their fucking horns. Because, grown people, that's what they got to do nowadays is they got all this time on their hands and they don't have anything more important to do. So they go around town honking their horns. And you can just see who they are. You can just look at them throughout the day and you can tell when they're honking horns at people for no good reason. I'll give you another example. Somebody honks their horn because in that person's mind, somebody in front of them isn't doing what that person's supposed to do. And the reason that person in front of that person isn't apparently doing what that person is supposed to do is because that person actually is doing what he or she's supposed to do. It's just that the person in front of that person isn't doing what that person is supposed to do. So you have a lot of stupid people who don't understand that, and yet they claim to be competent, rational, adult, professional, working class, law-abiding citizens. And you can tell who they are. They go around honking their horns, and they do it all day long. And, like I said, man, if you end up in a lane where you're like, oh, wait a second, I gotta go this other way, and you put on your blinker to signal, like I just did, and you're like, oh, I was gonna go that way, but hey, sorry, dude, like I realized I gotta go this way. People are honking at you ferociously, furiously. Now, wouldn't they want the same thing to happen to their son or daughter? They would want you to get behind their son or daughter and blare your horn at their son or daughter if their son or daughter ended up in the wrong turn lane. Wouldn't they want that? Of course they would. You can tell, it's obvious. You can see that because they're doing it to you and they don't know who the fuck you are. So you're like, wait a second. I made a mistake. I made it into the wrong lane. Let me just politely put on my signal. By that point, they're already honking at you. They're already honking at you like they're road raging. And you're like, really, guy? Really, you're going to honk at me because I ended up in the wrong fucking lane? You're a piece of shit. You're a fucking douchebag. Expect it to fucking happen to you. And if your son or daughter ends up in the wrong lane, accidentally, expect for it to happen to your son or daughter too. Because you're doing it to other people for no fucking reason. Now, do these people have to honk their horns? No, they do not. They absolutely fucking do not. But of course, these competent, rational, adult, law-abiding citizens, as they claim to be, they just can't wait to honk their horns. Because it tells you that they are pieces of shit. They are pieces of shit because, who the fuck does that, man? So put yourself in this situation, okay? The following situation. I don't know you from Adam. You're driving down the street. You're like in the wrong lane, right? I understand that. I'm like, oh, this person needs to get out of that lane. Hey, no problem, dude. I totally understand. I've been there. I'm not going to honk my horn. I'm just going to cool out and let this person go around because I totally get it. Here, buddy, you want to get in? I totally get it. I'm in a hurry, but you're a human being and I empathize with you. Just go ahead, man. I'm going to stop my car here. You just go around, man, because I see that you're trying to get in that far lane over there, right? See, that's me. Here are these other people, man. Here are these other people in the other camp, the piece of shit camp, okay? They see the same person trying to get around. they gotta honk their horn. Honk, 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 what are you doing? Honk, motherfucker, honk, what are you doing? Honk, what are you doing? Honk, what are you doing? That's what they do. Yeah, because they're competent, law-abiding, rational human beings that are totally upstanding fucking citizens. And anybody doing that should expect for that to happen to their son or daughter, their grandmother, their grandfather, senior citizen in their family, some fucking, I don't know, family members of theirs, their own friends. If you're doing that kind of shit, you're a fucking asshole, dude. You're an asshole American motherfucker. You're a piece of fucking shit. You're a motherfucking son of a bitch, dude. You are not kind and courteous. You are unfucking American, dude. And if you do not understand that some people, for whatever reason, dude, they end up in the wrong lane of traffic, they're politely signaling and they're trying to get out, and you're quick to honk your horn, you're a motherfucking bitch. You're a punk-ass motherfucker. And you know what? You know why your economy, man, in certain areas is fucked? It's because people don't want to come to your stupid motherfucking cities anymore. People are talking on the internet. Please go. Please go. It's your turn to go. Thank you very much. You're stopping fucking traffic. Okay? This chick's sitting right here. She won't fucking go. It's her turn. Okay? I'm just going to sit here and observe. How many times is she going to look? How many times is she going to fucking play with her hair? Oh, there she goes. All right, now she figured it out. All these drivers, dude, in America playing fucking games on the road. When's the best time to do it? Of course, on the weekend when people are trying to fucking get somewhere, right? So that's what's going on right now. You have these fucking discourteous asshole motherfuckers. And then, like I often talk about, what's the deal with people driving with their phone in their hands, like next to the steering wheel, as if they've made some kind of makeshift thing where it's like they're driving and their hand has their phone, like their phone is in their hand, like, and their hand is like, it's like open palmed, like on the steering wheel, as if they've like tied their phone to the steering wheel, but it's really in their hand. Do you know what I'm saying? So they have their phone in their hand, right? And they're driving, instead of having their phone mounted, they're like driving with their hand on the steering wheel, like, you know what I'm saying? Like upside down. So like palm up, phone in palm, back of hand touching steering wheel. And they're like driving down the road so that they can like see their phone and like drive at the same time. And they think that they're being slick, but they're going considerably under the speed limit by like 15, 20 fucking miles an hour. And it's like they think that they're not being observed by other humans around them. They think that people in law enforcement, casual observers, people who are spies, people that are surveillant operatives, surveillance, people that are like watching the watchers who watch the watchers, who watch the watchers who watch the watchers. They just think that motherfucking people can't see them. Like, how stupid of a human fucking person are you to fucking believe that shit? Seriously, dude. Like, why, what is the phenomenon of competent, rational, law-abiding, upstanding citizens in this dumbed down, parallel, wacky verse / silly verse iteration of America? Like, do they genuinely believe? Yes, they do. They really motherfucking think that people can't see inside their car windows, that people don't see the wacky shit that they're doing, the silly shit that they're doing, and that's why they're doing it. Like, they're trying to be, have you noticed? Observation, okay? They are trying to be discreet, but it's so goddamn fucking obvious. Why are humans this dumb now? Like, how do humans get to the point of being this fucking dumb? I mean, seriously, it's like, and then you see the vehicles that they're driving, and they're nice vehicles a lot of times. I've done the math statistically. You know, I mean, I live on the East Coast, man. There's a lot of money out here. So, you know, I get it. Not all parts of the country are the same, and you have different communities with different economics and different dynamics and different demographics, and, you know, people are still doing the same thing in those areas. Nonetheless, I see people in very nice vehicles doing this, and it's like, why don't you just go and get a fucking mount for your car? Okay? Why don't you just go and spend a few fucking dollars, because you spend the money on your clothes, your saggy fucking pants that are ripped up and shit at the knees, your designer ripped up jeans, and your fucking stupid camouflage Urban Outfitter gear that sags at the crotch and hangs off your fucking mid-thigh, right? You got your Jordan jump-up booties that you wear. You got all this fucking money that you put on your fucking, into your car, all your little interior design shit, all your little motherfucking tricked out rims and all this shit, but you don't have a mount in your car. You can do your hair for $400 at the nail salon or at the fucking hair salon, get your nails done, your pedi, your mani, all this kind of shit, dude, your day spas, all that shit, but you can't buy a motherfucking $10 mount or even $5 bottom of the barrel bargain basement fucking mount for your car. You're dumb. You're seriously fucking stupid. You are fucking dumb. Literally fucking dumb as fuck. Americans have been dumbed down, and they do it. They do it without it, like it's nothing. Like it's not a problem. They're not ashamed of it. Unashamedly, they go about this practice, this business of silliness and absurdity, and it's nonsensical. It's asinine. It's inane. It's fucking dangerous, dude, to be driving on the road with your fucking phone in your hand, up to your steering wheel, looking down at your phone. Like, that is so fucking stupid and reckless. Why are Americans doing this? And why are they honking at people who have mistakenly gotten into the wrong lanes when you know that they would not want their sons or daughters being honked at like that, and their senior relatives? So why the fuck are they doing it? I'll tell you why. They're pieces of shit. Okay? They're just quite simply fucking pieces of shit. Dude, if I rolled up behind you and you made a genuine mistake and ended up in the wrong lane, and you're like, yo, I gotta get out of this lane, and I started blaring my horn, you'd be like, you're a goddamn motherfucking dirtbag scumbag. You'd be like, you're a fucking scum, you're a fucking dirtbag, you're a piece of fucking shit. Why are you doing this, dude? Okay? So, you want for people around the world, the people who do this kind of shit, you want for people around the world to think highly of you. Like, oh, you're an American citizen, dude, and you're so fucking cool. You're so fucking not cool, dude. You're so fucking piece of shit. If you are in the camp and category type of person who does that type of shit, man, you're not helpful. You're not helping America. You're not helping society. You've devolved in your behavioral fucking patterns as a human, and you're a fucking asshole, dude. You're a straight up fucking dirtbag. Yeah. It's not cool, dude, to be going around honking your horn throughout the day for no motherfucking good goddamn fucking reason, knowing damn well, you fucking piece of shit hypocrite, that you would not want people doing that shit to you. So fuck you, dude. Fuck you, man. And just keep in mind when you're crying about your bills because, I don't know, man, you lost some money some way, somehow, right? And you're like wishing that the economy could be better than it is. You're the person contributing, dude, to the fucked up economy when the economy's fucked up because people don't want to come to your town as much anymore because of your fucking traffic signs that say no turn on red. No turn on red, because that's a really smart thing to do in your city right now when cities are already mostly gridlock in some places at certain times of the day. Oh yeah, make it even more difficult for people to turn, to get the fuck out of your city, right? You're so stupid, man. Also, let's talk about this motherfucking, and your speed cameras in your piece of shit cities that are piece of shit. You can always tell a piece of shit city when they have speed cameras all over the place, dude. Any fucking city that has speed cameras all over the place is a piece of shit city, dude. If I'm driving state to state, and I end up in a fucking city where there's speed cameras everywhere, when I look at Waze and I see speed cameras everywhere, you're a piece of shit city, dude. Fuck your city, dude. You're a piece of fucking shit city, dude. Yeah. Hey, dude, you like police states? You're living in one. Hey, did you go to your city council meeting? Were you involved in your government when your government decided to become a police state? No, you fucking weren't. Most of you. So you know what? You ended up in a police state. Yeah, you ended up in a police state. You were too busy, what, playing fucking Madden? You know? I don't know, man. Fucking some bitches and hoes like you brag about? I don't know, nigga. Was you selling dope out on the streets? Yeah, you weren't participating in your government. And so they created a police state. They created tolls that you have to pay for, like a slave, like a system slave. And, and they're very high, exceedingly, incredibly, fucking outrageously, ridiculously fucking high in different parts of the country. Were you there to prevent that, to thwart that? Were you there to say, hey, I'm a citizen of the world and I don't want that? You weren't there. And so that's what happened. You have speed cameras that are watching your every fucking move. If you go 1 mile over the speed limit, you just got taxed by the kingdom. And if you don't pay in 30 days, it doubles. Okay? There's surveillance every motherfucking where now in your cities and whatnot. If you don't stop at a red light and go 1 centimeter beyond the little white mark there, little line, you just got a ticket because it's a red light fucking camera. Did you vote for that? Chances are statistically you didn't. And you ended up in a fucking police state. So now your movements are controlled. Cameras are every motherfucking where. Somehow, some way, rational, competent, grown folks, in other words, adults, they, despite massive global surveillance in the wiring of themselves, somehow, interestingly, which is completely unfathomable in my mind, they don't realize that they are being watched, not following the law when they drive. Like, they're just not following the rules of the road. They're living in a massive surveillance police state, and they think, notwithstanding, they think that they are not being observed. And not only do they think that they're not being observed, they are driving half the fucking speed limit, breaking the law, and they think that it's totally fucking normal behavior. So, how did that happen in society? How did it happen in society? How did it reach a point where there's massive surveillance, which is a police state, which everyone used to say they didn't want because of Nazi Germany, never again, and it can never happen again, and never again, and George Orwell warned us, and all these sci-fi futurists, they all warned us, they all were visionary, they all had this foresight, and they were warning us, and warning us, and warning us, and here we are, in that same future that they warned us about. Are humans more intelligent? Some of them. Are humans twice as dumb as they used to be? Some of them. Yes, they are. In fact, many more times than just 2 times dumber than they used to fucking be. So that's really weird. How did all of that happen? Well, some of it, man, is procrastination and laziness. Sloth, being fucking stupid. Just being a reject, just driving around, talking to boyfriends and girlfriends on cell phones that are held in hands while driving on the interstate and, the highway. Just, driving around doing half the speed limit, talking to boyfriends and girlfriends and having fun on social media and laughing it up, yucking it up, yuck, ha, 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 yeah. And then all of a sudden, man, you weren't at that city council member meeting, and so many iterations and so many cycles and so many moons down the road because you were non-participatory and, you just weren't there, man, which was indicative and suggestive that you don't want to have a say in your fucking government. Oh, I know, you got out to vote for Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Yeah, but that wasn't good enough, dude. And that shit doesn't fucking matter in terms of all the other shit that you failed to participate in. So now you live in a massive fucking police state with people who drive really fucking slow or really fucking fast and breaking the law on both sides of the spectrum. And, it's the weekend. And of course, you're trying to do whatever you need to do and people are honking at you even though you're driving legally. And some of you want to drive the speed limit. I understand. I want to drive the speed limit. But in some places you can't do that anymore. I'm not giving any kind of legal advice. I'm just simply saying if you do, people will honk their horns at you because you're not breaking the law with them. You see, that's the world that we live in. If you're not breaking the law now, people honk their horns at you. Isn't that an interesting reality? If you're in some jurisdictions and you're not breaking the law and going along with all the lawbreakers who are part of the law breaking in terms of driving illegally and flouting the law by not driving the speed limit, then they're going to honk at you. It's kind of like Sodom and Gomorrah. Maybe you don't know the reference. Maybe you've never heard of Sodom and Gomorrah. But it's a little story I read when I was a kid, when I used to go to what we used to call Sunday school. Some people have no frame of reference for what Sunday school is or what it means or what I'm referencing. But yeah, I read the story about Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And I see a lot of that in today's wacky verse, silly verse, i.e. what you call Earth on this current timeline, on this timeline universe. I see that story that I read when I was a kid. I see that in the now in a lot of different fucking ways, man. And I see a lot of politicians. I observe that they are not really doing their jobs that they claim to be doing. They're not working in the better or best interest of the people. They're self-serving. They're egotistical, conceited. They're all about themselves, claiming to be, double talking. It's all double talk. Double talking, claiming to be that they're doing this for the people, but they're really just doing it to line their own pockets, man, through their system of bribes, bribery, corruption, cronyism. And that's the trend right now, currently, as I have observed. That's my report to you, the American people. Yeah, I'm your boy, One Sir Grove, a.k.a. Grove Teeter. So, as my ongoing report continues, so what do you think about this weather that we've been having here, man, in this wacky verse? One day, it's polar vortex. The next day, it's, looks like the summertime. I mean, granted, it's a bit brisk here and there. But yeah, man, there have been some days in the past weeks where, it's felt like spring. It's even felt a bit like the summer. I mean, shit, dude, it could have fucking been a day in the summer here on the East Coast, but it wasn't. It's the middle of the motherfucking goddamn winter. So you've got summer days in the winter. You've got winter days in the summer. And if you're saying to yourself, well, what do you mean by the latter? Well, last year, when we came out of a really long, prolonged winter, when it was supposed to be the spring, it wasn't really like the spring. It was cold and rainy and dark and gloomy every motherfucking day, damn near. So it was like we had gone from this really, well, it wasn't like, it was. We went from a really long winter right back into basically the fall. So it was like the spring was gone. When it got to the spring, when it got to the actual spring, it was cold. It was colder than usual for the spring. I remember hearing that it was some of the coldest. You honking at me? There's a guy walking through the crosswalk. Shut the fuck up, man. Don't tell me what the fuck to do, dude. You don't know who I am? Fucking honk your horn at me, dude. Fucker. Huh? What's up, man? Yeah. So anyway, man, if any of you out there, man, listen to fucking any kind of intel, any kind of fucking reason or anything that you deem rational and coherent in terms of dissemination of certain information, hey, man, you guys better stop honking your motherfucking horns in America at every turn, dude. Because if you don't, you're going down a dark path, man. You're doing shit that is not going to help you or benefit you. You're going down a really, 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 really dark path, man. If you think it's fucking kosher to drive around the goddamn fucking streets honking your stupid motherfucking medieval horns at every fucking turn as if you're fucking cool, dude. Yeah, you're some great authority throughout the land, huh? Yeah, you oversee the entire land, right? Yeah, you're the stewards and the custodians of this here planet Earth, and what you're doing is driving around blaring your fucking medieval circus clown car horns all day? Your circus clown car horns all day? Because most certainly you don't have anything better to do on this planet, right? Yeah, that's the new trend, is to drive your car around, have no patience whatsoever. Oh, I'm totally impatient. I'm just going to honk my horn. I don't know. This person stopped for a pedestrian. Honk, 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 honk. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Huh? Is there a pedestrian in front of you? I got to honk my horn. Got to honk my horn. Honk, honk, honk. Clown honk, 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 honk. You're a fucking asshole, dude. You're a fucking piece of shit. And that's what you want the trend to be? That's what you want? That's what you want your sons and daughters to to experience? You want people honking at them, man, at their every fucking turn? If you don't, man, you better stop honking your motherfucking horns in America, dude. And you better start talking to each other, dude, and you better have a conversation about it, man, as Americans, dude. There are no politicians that I've seen in the spectrum of information fucking talking about the shit that I'm talking about, dude. It's all a bunch of hyperbolic bullshit. It's all just a bunch of fucking hyperbole that I've been hearing, man. Just a bunch of surface information. Just a bunch of stupid shit, dude, that really amounts to very fucking little with regard to what issues that are serious are actually being addressed. Yeah, there are some politicians working on the bigger picture, the big picture. Some of them, a handful, a finite data set of said individuals. But a lot of these politicians, they're just a bunch of fucking lip service criminals is what they are. They're just a bunch of fucking stooges in our government, playing the system, doing the age-old fucking shuffle, shucking and jive shuffle, just like Obama did, shucking and jiving, shuffling, right? A lot of these motherfuckers, dude, are doing the same thing, had been even before him, and after him, same fucking thing. Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Robert Mueller, it's all the same charade. It's all the same ruse. It's all the same subterfuge, as I always say. It's all artifice. It's all deception. It's all this grand motherfucking, it's all this grand deception, dude. It's all one fucking grand, it equates to, it amounts to one huge fucking illusion of a deception. That's what it is. Because the illusion is that these congressional representatives and these other pieces of shit, they're actually doing something when they're not. They're getting paid to do little to fucking nothing. They're getting paid to do minimal shit. All these talking heads, all these bobbleheads on fucking TV, bobblehead, blah, 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 talk. What do you think, Mark? What do you think, Steve? What do you think, Larry? Talk radio. You guys are fucking dumb, a lot of you, dude. Now, let me give you some names of some people who I listen to. Larry O'Connor, Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin, the Great. Let's see, who else? Yeah, so I listen to fucking conservative talk radio, dude. And the people who I just mentioned, Mark Levin, the Great, Larry O'Connor, Ben Shapiro, Chris Plant, dude, those dudes are fucking spot on, okay? Those gentlemen, those men are fucking to a T, X, Y, Z axes, fucking data pixel point, plank, plonk, some would say length, pixel fucking point, spot on. With regard to their analyses, their observations, their information, their reporting, their broadcasts, their dissemination of critical, crucial information to the American people. That's who the fuck I stay tuned into, man. And conservative talk radio in general. And one of the other things that I wanted to address here, man, was if you look at this application, this app that is called Smart News app is, I have detected and I have found out, they just recently allowed for conservative news. I haven't seen it before. Okay, so maybe they had it before. Maybe they had the option before. I had not seen the option before, so I don't know exactly when the option was made available. The thing that I did observe is the default app seems to be devoid of all conservative news. Any and all. Entirely fucking devoid. That's my opinion. That's what I've observed. And then when I talked about it openly, when I broadcast it, podcast it, that's when I started to see that all of a sudden, voila, miraculously, there it was. It said new arrivals. And I saw conservative news. And I'm like, what a fucking coincidence. And speaking of which, look at this, NBC News. Trump declares national emergency to obtain billions for border wall. So, just open the Smart News app. NBC's reporting, Trump declares national emergency to obtain billions for border wall. Good, excellent, superb, magnificent, marvelous. This is what needed to happen a long time ago. I understand why the president did what he did just now. It should not come as a shock to anyone. Let's see, it says February 15, 2019, 0158, 158. I'm not sure how that could be the case because it's 116 on this device, 117 here on this clock, and it is, let me see, I have 3 computers here. It is 116. So on the atomic clock, on these 3 devices, it is 116, just turned 117. This clock, in addition to these 3 computers, is set 1 minute ahead, purposefully. So, it looks like, 117 now on the clock, 4 clocks, they all say 117, albeit this says 158. It's not 158 on the 15th. So I don't know how it's possible that this article was published at 1:58 p.m. when it's not 1:58 p.m. yet. It's not 1:58 p.m. yet. So that is erroneous. That is inaccurate. That is correct. Nonetheless, this is an article, NBC News. Quote, Trump declares national emergency to obtain billions for border wall. I am saying to you, it is 15 February, Friday at 1:18 p.m., 1300 hours, 18 minutes. And this says that this was okay, so hold up. So this isn't the time because now it says 0056. Okay, so this isn't the time that it was published. The time that I'm reading this is 1:19 p.m. All right, I see this is some type of timer or some type of designation that is not the time that it was published per se. All right, so scanning through this article, let's find something here. All right, I'm reading barriers. All right, Bill, scanning. All right, so that information didn't even really look like something that contained a whole lot of relevant information. It just seemed like a very, very brief, looks like a very, very brief overview. So let's just bring this up here, and we'll just go manual here, and we're going to say Trump declares national emergency, trending and news comes right up. All right, and so as this comes up, all right, CNN 1 hour ago, NPR 8 hours ago, 19 minutes ago, 2 hours ago. All right, that's all. Let's go down to news here. All right, so this is New York Times from 2 hours ago, Fox News from 3 hours ago, Washington Post 1 hour ago. Let's just go to Fox. Let's go to our friends at fucking no. Let's go to New York Times. Let's go to our adversaries here. Let's see what our opponents are discussing here. Let's see. Let's look at all views. Let's look at all angles. Let's look at all opinions. Let's look at all data sets and juxtapose, i.e. compare and contrast as this information is coming up here on the display. Taking its old sweet motherfucking goddamn time to load. Shit should be instant fucking taneous. Bring that shit the fuck up on screen, computer. Let's go here. All right, let's see. The New York Crimes. Quote, Trump declares national emergency to build border wall. What does the New York Crimes say more specifically? This is by Peter Baker, 15 February 2019. Let's get a proper citation here. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for in the previous scan when I was looking at the information on Smart News. All right, so quote, the declaration will enable Mr. Trump to divert $3.6 billion budgeted for military construction projects to the border wall, White House officials said. Okay. All right. That's good. That's a good fucking start. And that, again, is from the New York Crimes. Trump declares national emergency to build border wall written by a Mr. Peter Baker. And that's my proper citation of the New York Times article there. And so, hey, man, so look, we conservatives, us conservatives, we fucking knew, I said us conservatives, we knew, because, and the reason I say that with hesitation is the Mandela effect has changed the Bible. It's changed grammar. It's changed movies. It's changed names of human beings. It's changed geographic locations, fundamental reality around us. It's changed photographs that people have. It's changed timelines. It used to be that when you would use quotation marks, the period at the end of the sentence would precede, in other words, come before the final quotation mark. It doesn't happen that way anymore. It's been altered. So now the period comes after the last quotation mark. You know what? I don't fucking do that. You know why? Because the universe that I come from, if you understand the Mandela effect and how two universes have been brought together and are now overlapping, which they always were, but now we're observing certain information that is incongruent a lot of times in different instances from that of our other universe, our original universe is what I mean to say, instead of these merged universes, because before it's always been a dual synchronous, multi-synchronous, overlapping reality. In other words, the multiverse. But those overlapping universes were so overlapping in such a way that only a handful of people on this planet understood that it was a multiverse, and most believed that it was just one singular universe, because the information that suggested that it was a multiverse was so minuscule and so almost unobservable and so almost imperceptible, that largely imperceptible to the average human, that most people just thought that it was just one singular unary universe, until it was discovered that there's this shift that has taken place, and it is obvious now that two universes have merged, and we have memories of multiple universes. We have dual synchronous memories, simultaneity memories of things that have occurred on different timelines. Again, for emphasis and not to be redundant, but for purposes for emphasis, we have memories of multiple different realities, multiple different timelines, as you knew I was alluding to. So in that, I have properly cited the border barrier declaration of a national emergency by our duly elected president, Mr. Donald Trump. And it's a good thing for America. It was needed, it was imperative, and I had hoped that he would sign this declaration, and he in fact did, just as I had hoped that he would be president, knew that he would be, and supported his run for presidency. And so now in this universe where Donald Trump is the president, you can see how we are doing our small part, our small parts to help make America great again. And that's my report to you, the American people. This has been the 155th episode of Casting 495 Celebrities Worldwide. I'm your boy, One Sir Grove, a.k.a. Big Grove Dog, a.k.a. Dr. Grove, a.k.a. Grove Teeter. 495. Word. 1.